Okay. All right. It looks like we are live. Okay. So, hello, everyone. We are live on Facebook. We are live on YouTube. We are live on TikTok. So, welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Sunday service with the Morrisons. This is my husband, David Morrison, and I'm Tammy Morrison, and we are here for Sunday service. Thank you for joining us. Those of you that catch us live on the regular, thank you, thank you, thank you. If you are on TikTok, we would love it if you would tap that screen, give us those likes.
And the gifts.
We appreciate gifts as well. But yeah, so we are here today and we want to share some of our wisdom, some of our insights. We love actually talking about issues that affect couples, people that are together, partnership. We were not discriminatory against whatever, but we love to talk about that because we know how that is something that's needful out here, especially from real people. Because you watch what is it, the Red Table Talk, and you listen to Jada and Will and all those people, but we are doing it from the perspective of real people that live in the real world. So here we are. Thank you for joining us. And so, what are we gonna talk about today, baby?
We'll talk about whatever you want to talk about. First of all, happy festival weekend, and we're loving things. I just let us know where you're looking in from. We're out here outside the great Seattle area. The weather's beautiful. It's like the low 70s,
Yeah.
and the humidity is it's pretty. It's really good. It's like in the 60s or so. But I mean, it's beautiful. Uh,
Oh.
um, my wife just went live on hers, but it's beautiful out here. So
Oh.
we represent from Tammy from Savannah, Brooklynite here. I don't want to fight. All I want to do is whatever tonight. But we really came on here to talk about things that stresses us during these type of weekends, and the family stresses, the work stresses. I got off a long shift and still haven't got any sleep overnight. But a lot of times we feel like we have to commit on any kind of festival weekend or any kind of
Family gatherings.
any kind of gather. Yeah, family gathering. We put stress on ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
We put stress on ourselves to be committed with other people and maybe parents, maybe children, uh, and it's not necessary. All through my military career, those of you that don't know me a little bit, retired Navy, um, I watched people. We actually had suicide watch sometime because people be stressed over not being home for the festivals, week, and holidays and what have you.
Mm-hmm.
And my thing was, and it still is, don't take off during the holidays. Take off after the holidays because things are really stressful when you come back to work over a weekend or over a long festival time. And this period is really long. You out there trying to drive or whatever time to take long drive. You got the all kind of people out there not really paying attention on the road or doing the
Mm-hmm.
wrong thing or jugging it down and getting behind the wheel. The real stuff. So why do we do that in life? How can we avoid putting this kind of stress? Because it even starts. Uh, uh, Sometimes we do that with our family members where we don't realize. Okay, we raised them or we grew up with them, and now it's time to let them go because they have their own set of festivals and set of celebration. But
Right.
we put that stress, and sometimes we actually dislike or hate because of that.
Right.
So that's stress, isn't it?
It is. And I feel like if you know, when you get together as a couple, sometimes you create your own traditions, and you can't always go to all the gatherings because this is what y'all have done, your whole life. And maybe you
Tradition.
you and your kids, yeah, tradition, you and your kids and your family got together and everybody went to grandmama's house and all of this kind of stuff. And so and those things are good. Now, we're not talking against that. We're just saying that there are times when that stuff becomes so stressful because you are gathering up, your family, and y'all all going, you know to grandmama's house or whatever. And it could be even after grandmama passed away, somebody takes over the
Share
mantle
the
and
life.
decides, yes, share y'all, decides that this is what you're going to do. But it might not be what you want to do. Or you might be a person that you work so much that when these holidays come, you just want to chill, you want to relax. And so a lot of times we put that stress on ourselves because boundaries,
Hmm.
because we don't set up boundaries. We don't let people know that, no, we're not doing that this time. We're not going to do the whatever. We're going to chill today, or we're going to do something that we created as a tradition, for our family, for our nuclear unit. And a lot of times with older people, we have to let them know, like our people that are older than us. And and what I notice is too is with our kids, with our grown kids, sometimes people still expect all their grown kids to come home every holiday and all that stuff. You might live across the country like we do. We not going home every holiday because we can't do that because it's too much, travel time and all these things. And we have to be okay with that. Right, baby?
Exactly. You know, my best thing was doing any kind of a holiday or festival festive weekend or whatever, or during the week. I would actually stand watches for people on duty, in the military, so they could go home or whatever, and in exchange for whatever I got in return. But at the same time, this stress we put on ourselves is really something. Like, for instance, like I said earlier, I work a long shift. We have a beautiful waterfront out here where we're at. We could be out there hitting it, but this is a relaxing Sunday for us. This is a Sunday service, and I probably throw on a steak or something, but mushroom and onions to go with it,
Yeah.
and relax, and there's nothing wrong with that. Don't put pressures on yourself, people. We talked about in the last setting, I think, preparing for living past 90.
Yeah.
Some people think that's crazy, but part of that is controlling the stress in your life now.
Yes.
Uh, I've been accused throughout life of not caring or not getting excited, but I have a flow that I like to keep in life. Um, but how do you
And it's
make
not
money
true.
doing it? Well, you can make money by focusing on whatever you have to do at work. I mean,
Or you-
instead of uh, going out meeting the family and stuff, doing some of these times. Sometimes you gotta get out there and my younger days, I just did the OT while everybody else was trying to get the time off.
right.
But just not putting stress in your life. Period. It's just so peaceful, and we have different ways that we just back it out. We uh we don't even set high expectations for ourselves for just getting out and being stressed into doing some stuff. We just spontaneous. We just flow. And if you do that in life, before you know it, you'll be prepared for that that longevity, that older age in life. And some people can't think that far ahead in the future
Right.
because, like we said earlier, a lot of people are thinking like, I even heard this today from uh the the guy I was telling you about. He was like, I think he's in his 30s, and he says, yeah, living in your 90s is kind of long. In your 80s, 90s, I mean your 70s is, but we have to face it. We're blessed to live longer, so you gotta prepare for it.
And not only that, I think a lot of times people base that kind of stuff on the people that they saw that were in their 90s and, hundreds, and, they living all in the nursing home and ain't in their mind and all this kind of stuff. And so when you base it on that, of course, no, you don't want to live, that long in your 90s and hundreds if you can't take care of yourself and you're not in your mind. But we know people that are living well in their 90s and hundreds. They're not, not in facilities. They're living in their own house. Some of them are living like in some of those senior living places, which are very nice and very expensive. Some of them,
Tap the
especially
screen.
here. Yes, tap the screen for us. Give us some likes. But that's what people base that on a lot of times. They base it on the fact that they see these people in their 90s and hundreds, and they think everybody gonna get Alzheimer's and dementia and all this stuff. But that doesn't have to be the case. Especially if you start taking care of yourself wherever you are, whatever age you are. If you start really diving into your health, which is something that we have done. We really started diving into our diet, and not saying that we do diets, because we don't diet, because they don't work anyway, and it's not healthy for you. We eat whatever we want to eat in moderation, but we did, start eating more vegetables and more salads and things like that in order to help our bodies to flow correctly and properly. And when you do that, and then also make sure that you go to the doctor and check stuff out, something's going on with you.
Exercise.
I was going to say, and exercise is another key. We've been exercising and drinking your water, and when you start doing those things, taking various supplements, especially your vitamin D, that's a big one. Magnesium is another one that everybody should take, and not magnesium oxide.
Or get it in your healthy foods.
Yeah, sometimes you can get it in your healthy foods as well. Some people absorb it better, some people don't. You have to kind of look into all of those things in order to stay healthy so that you can live in your 90s and hundreds. Because, David, tell them about your grandmama.
My grandmother, uh, my that side of the family is her from Mississippi. My grandmother in almost mid 90s, she was walking out to our property. We have about close to 100 acres down there, and she would get about almost a mile away from the house, and she would be out there picking up collard greens or what have you, and she would shout back, "Can somebody get me my cane? I forgot my cane." And her mother was 110, but she left here at 103.
What is that?
Um, we getting those the talk been acting really crazy. Maybe it's the background or whatever, but they got that little warning thing. We probably gonna get ready to wrap it up because we don't even know what that means.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Craziness.
yeah, somebody else was saying that on their live. They got a notification to basically cut it short. Or
Yeah,
we're gonna
have y'all
yeah
gotten that notification?
yeah.
Oh,
So,
it said with the fake account.
uh, is that a fake?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see in 5 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, because we
Thanks,
we we
dude. We appreciate you.
we can't even let that stress us because
No,
we'll just probably have to move on.
right.
We have all these other
Platforms.
avenues. Just the you have to flow with the internet, sort of like with your cash flow. You never just have one. You want several. So
Exactly.
yeah. So if they ever shut you down, just take it as a break, because sometimes we need a break. So, and sometimes we don't give ourselves a break.
Right.
But yeah, just flow in life. Don't let these things get you down. You might have tradition and all of that, but flow first. Have your peace. Don't let
Yes.
tradition or anything get in your peace.
That part.
Yeah.
Because peace is so priceless, y'all. I mean, you know, and here's the thing I always tell people. I said you can always get more money. You can always get more money, and there's all kind of ways to get money. But you can never get more time. And if you allow somebody to interrupt your peace, oh my God. You know, so that to me that's like one of those non-negotiables, peace. You know, I'm going to have peace in my house. I'm going to have peace in my marriage. I'm going to have peace, you know, wherever I work. I'm going to have peace. And, you know, to me, once you get to that space, then you already start setting up those boundaries for, you know, these things that we were talking about, you know, people inviting you places and, you know, you feel obligated to go because they invited you. And that's a no-no too,
Yeah.
because we get invited to all kinds of stuff, but we don't always take up the offers. I mean, sometimes we would like to, but we can't because we have other obligations, you know. However, sometimes we just don't want to. You know,
Right.
we're like we don't want to do it. You know, you know how they do. They say let somebody else do it. You know?
What are you stressing about this weekend between now and Tuesday or what have you? What's you stressing about this time of year, or what's kind of holding you back or holding you captives?
Right.
Kind of let us know. You can always leave us messages and what have you. I think 5 minutes passed, baby.
I
So
think so too.
that's a toy. Uh, but
And,
just
go ahead.
share with us. Tap the screen. You follow us. We follow you on any of these. We're on different screens right now. Um, and that's that for me, baby.
I think that's wrap. Also, if you have anything that you want us to talk about, because we love, you know, to share things. Any questions that you have or anything that you know, some topics for conversation. So then when we come back on next
Take
Sunday
account.
for Sunday service, then
Yeah.
we'll share some more insights and stuff.
Tammy's also into wellness. She has a lot of products that if you reach out to some of her sites, you'll really enjoy. She have everything from
CBD suppositories. Those are the newest things, and some CBD salve also that I've created. Um, yeah. So if you know, like I had a young lady yesterday that purchased them for her friend or her relative or somebody that had MS and was having a difficult time with
long
relief.
marriages.
And so, yeah. And so so I created that and she bought those for her friend, you know, to see if that would help her, you know, with her relief. Because what the suppositories do is they go straight into your bloodstream. So it's not psychoactive. So it's not gonna get you high or anything like that. But it's going to help whatever pain and illness and things like that that you are dealing with. You know, now of course I have to say for entertainment purposes only because I am not a doctor. However, I'm a client.
She's
So
close to PhD though.
I actually did. So
Yeah,
I'm actually working on my master's right now.
yeah.
But yeah, so just you know, if that's something that you're interested in, you can always reach out to me. And then I'll also, you know, of course, you guys know, if you don't know, I do intuitive healing services as well. And then if you are a spiritual entrepreneur, I have a podcast, Straight Out of Savannah, that I am accepting applications for people to come and talk on my show. And it's everywhere that the podcasts are, and it's also on YouTube. Also, what was the other thing?
Her bath bombs are the bomb.
Oh, Bath
She's
salts,
a
yes.
yeah, she's a bath person, and I do it when I can, and if you like sleeping and relaxing, some people say don't fall asleep, but just relax in the tub with some of the things. You have to do self love, and
Yeah,
Tammy's
self
all about
care.
self love. I give her enough love, but nothing like self love.
Nothing. And the bath
Yeah,
salts, oh my God. So
yeah.
let me tell y'all about that real quick. So how I got inspired to create the bath soaps is I love a bath. I don't think it would be difficult for me to live without a tub because I love taking baths. It's just one of the most amazing things. I get so many things spiritually. It helps me on so many levels. And so, anyway, I created this bath soak, and I was actually watching Queen Charlotte of Bridgerton. And if y'all have seen some of my lives about that, I've done lessons from the queens, which was amazing. But one of the things that I noticed on there is that everybody they took baths like 3 times a day. Sometimes I think sometimes more, but I know they took them at least a couple of times a day. And so I thought, wow, that would be amazing. And so I called them royal bath soaps because I got inspired by the Queen Charlotte series of the Bridgerton on Netflix um, fame. And so I just was like, oh my God. And so I created those, and I actually have created a few more. I'm actually going to do some with CBD in it, but I have some without. Some lavender, some lemon eucalyptus ones with matcha, which matcha helps with the inflammation. They all have ginger, baking soda, Epsom salt, pink salt. Um, what was the other thing?
Well, you
I
got a
think that was
list.
it. Oh,
Yeah.
rose petals. So they all have those things. That's the standard variety. But then some of them I add the matcha to it, which helps with inflammation. So if you have any type of inflammation in your body, and for me, it feels like when you soak in those tubs, it feels like you take an ibuprofen because it's like it gets rid of all your joint pain and your muscle pain and all of that stuff. So those are like so inspiring to me because I love to take baths, and I have found that those are amazing. Now, one thing about the matcha ones, those are a little messy, but you can always clean the tub and it doesn't stain. So that's the beautiful part about it. But when you get out, because you took the matcha one, how'd you feel?
I feel great. You want me to go into detail?
Yes.
No, I actually felt more relaxed than ever because the kind of work I do is it's pretty stressful, and I don't let it get to me, but I feel it a little bit afterward because man, they internalize a lot
Yeah,
more so than you really want to let loose.
especially as we get older.
Yeah, and getting into that bath, it was just was like a stressful relief, and I do the kind of work that you want to make sure you breathe before you open your mouth. A lot of times before you respond, you just take deep breaths, and you make sure you're thinking everything through. So
So that bath really.
yeah, so that bath did. I was glad I didn't hold my phone too long because I probably would have fell asleep and the phone would have been in the tub. So yeah,
Yeah. So we thank you for joining, and those of you that are following me, make sure that you go on my TikTok store. I have a TikTok shop. So make sure that you go on my TikTok shop, and see what's over there. I actually have some goodies that are coming. I cannot wait so I can do unboxing and actually, show you how it works and how it fits and all that stuff. So I'm super excited about that, y'all. And if y'all are not following me on YouTube, make sure that you go in the link in my bio and follow me on YouTube.
and I follow some of you now. Feel free to follow me back.
Yes, and continue to keep
Yeah,
keep keep following us.
yeah, and stay in touch and do the likes and do the taps
Yeah,
and feel free to engage.
yeah.
Remember your parents says not polite to stare, so just do the gift, engage, and leave us messages or whatever.
And we'll definitely be back again next Sunday for Sunday. Yeah, we'll be back again next Sunday for Sunday service. So if you have any questions or you have any topics or anything that you want us to explore, make sure you send us a message and just let us know that you watch us on Sunday service and you'd like for us to talk about this thing, because we are at a place in our lives where we do this to give back. We do this to share information so that you can block them,
No, I'm good, baby.
Okay. But we do this to share, because we have over 100 years of combined wisdom and probably about 50 or more so years of marriage. So we can speak to all of that. We can speak to the good, the bad, and the ugly. so again, thank y'all for hanging out with us. We're gonna land this plane. Y'all have a wonderful rest of your day, evening, night, weekend, whenever you're catching it. If you're on TikTok and you want to go back and see the rest of it, you can go on YouTube, on my YouTube channel, or go on Facebook and look at the rest of it. Yes, it is. 50 plus years of marriage. Yes, it is. It's beautiful.
Amen.
Amen. All right. So thank you so much for hanging out with us. And we'll see you back again on next Sunday for Sunday service with the Morrisons. And we also, you can follow me and find me doing lives all the time. Thank you so much for joining.
And thank you for the gifts, and thank you for following
And the likes and all that.
Yeah, exactly. So much love to you.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, stress-free life for longevity.
And those of you that are watching on Facebook, make sure that you hit #replay so that we can properly welcome you and thank you and all that good shit. All right. So have a wonderful rest of your day, night, evening, weekend, whatever it is for you. We're going to land this plane and we will be back up next Sunday. Sunday service with the Morrisons. We appreciate you. Bye now.
Peace.
Baby, you got to do the namaste.
Oh man, you got a reply. I hope you did with my what?